What if the reason your wife feels alone is you? You come home, you sit on the couch, you ask her how your day was, and she feels completely disconnected. You don't yell at her, you didn't cheat, you didn't leave, but somehow the woman you love feels emotionally distant, even when you're right there. That's not just confusing, that is heartbreaking. And the worst part, most husbands never realize they're doing it. Here's the truth. Presence is not about proximity to your wife. It is about emotional connection. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 powerful reasons why your wife may feel emotionally alone and how to reconnect her in ways that just don't fix the silence, but heals it. Whether your marriage is in crisis or just coasting, this will open your eyes and help you lead her heart with strength, humility, and peace. Do me a favor. Grab your phone or a notepad and write this sentence down. My presence is not just about my body. It is my attention, my warmth, and my intention toward my wife. And then answer this question very honestly. When was the last time your wife didn't have to compete with your phone, the TV, your thoughts, or your stress? That question might sting, but it is where real connection begins with your wife. So you're in the room and she talks and you nod, you even respond, but something's missing. She can feel it. You're physically there, but you're not with her. What she's missing isn't your body. It's your energy, your curiosity. It's your care. Maybe you stopped asking questions. Maybe your tone has changed. Maybe your eyes glaze over her feelings without even realizing it. It's not that you don't love your wife. It's that the version of you she fell for has been drowned out by distraction, pressure. I've discovered this. Your wife does not want your location. She wants your emotional presence. Now here's an example. Imagine being handed a beautifully wrapped gift box, and when you open it, you find nothing inside. That's what it feels like when your body is there, but your soul is not. You don't need to do more. You need to be more present. That's what your wife is longing for. But even when you try to be present, there is one thing that will push her far away every single time. And it is a habit that most husbands mistake for leadership. Your wife comes to you upset. Maybe it's about work, the kids, or even a friend, and you jump into fix-it mode. Why don't you just, or next time you should, she's just being dramatic. You think you're helping, but in her world, you just dismissed how she feels. Your wife is not some project. She is a person, and sometimes she just needs you to sit with her emotions and not try to solve her problems. The happiest husbands learn the sacred art of presence without performance. She doesn't need some mechanic. She needs a mirror, someone who reflects her feelings, not just repairs her problems. I want you to imagine your wife sitting in the rain, and instead of handing her an umbrella, you criticize the weather. What she needs first was someone willing to sit beside her and get wet along with her. Connection happens when you stop fixing and start feeling with her. But even if you're present, even if you listen, there's one deeper reason she still might feel alone, and it has everything to do with how emotionally safe you make her feel. Okay, so think about it. How do you react when she is emotional, messy, or overwhelmed? Do you roll your eyes, get defensive, shut down? If your wife feels like she has to filter herself, hide her pain, downplay her needs, or sugarcoat the truth, then you might be physically near, but she feels emotionally unsafe. Happy husbands create a space where their wife can be vulnerable without fear of judgment, sarcasm, or silence. Emotional safety isn't built with words. It's built with reactions. Think of her like a flower. If every time she opens up, you bring cold wind instead of sunlight, she's going to close. Not because she doesn't love you, but because you don't feel safe anymore. You don't have to fix her storms. You just have to be the shelter she knows that she can run to. Now, let's flip this, because sometimes it's not what you say, it's what you don't say. And this next silence, it speaks louder than any argument. So you come home, you're tired. You say you're fine, but you haven't opened up in days, maybe weeks. Your thoughts, your stress, your joy, your worries, she has no window into them anymore. And when she asks you, you shut it down with, I'm good. Oh, it's nothing. But here's the thing. If your wife is the only one being vulnerable, she feels alone in the relationship. Happy husbands know this. Emotional intimacy is a two-way street. Let her in, even if it's clumsy, even if it's short. Let her know what's really inside of you. Every time you share your inner world, you invite her closer to yours. Think of your heart like a house. She doesn't need the whole tour, but if she's always stuck on the porch, eventually she will stop knocking. Let her in. It's not weakness, it is trust. Now, let's go deeper, because even with presence, even with empathy and safety, there's still one last secret happy husbands know, and it has nothing to do with performance and everything to do with purpose. Many husbands show up, they check the boxes and try not to mess up. But a wife who feels emotionally alone is often living beside a man who stopped leading her heart, not forcefully, not pridefully, but spiritually, emotionally, intentionally. Happy husbands don't just do life next to their wife. They guide it with vision. They create emotional rhythm. They initiate growth. They pray. They ask. They reflect. They pursue her emotionally, not just physically. Your wife does not need some perfect man. She needs a man who is spiritually and emotionally present. Imagine this ship at sea. If the captain stops steering, the boat doesn't crash immediately, but it will slowly drift away. That's what happens to a marriage with no leadership. Start leading again from the heart, not from your ego. You might be tempted to ask, how do I get my wife to open up again? How do I get her to stop feeling this way or that way? But happy husbands don't start with pressure. They start with presence. They take the first step. They model the energy they want to receive. They stop defending and start reflecting. And that's why I've built this journal, I Will Be My Best Today. It's not just a notebook. It's a mirror so you can slow down, you can reflect and track how you're showing up in your marriage. Your wife, she will follow your energy when your energy starts reflecting love, humility, and presence. Think of your relationship like a fire. She might be cold right now, but if you consistently bring the spark, the warmth will come back. Take 5 minutes today. Ask yourself, where do I disappear in our relationship, even when I'm physically present? What is one emotional need she has been trying to communicate lately? What's the one way I can lead her heart this week? Not with power, but with peace. Write it down and start with one small change. Here's what every connected husband remembers, even on the hardest days. Point number 1, your wife is not lonely for you. She is lonely for the real you. And point 2, she doesn't need solutions. She needs connection. Point 3, your wife needs to feel emotionally safe around you. And point 4, she wants to access your heart. Point 5, she needs you to lead with presence, not pressure. And here's the bonus point. Reconnection starts with you. Most men won't do this work, but you're not most men. You're not here to be perfect. You're here to be better than yesterday. Leave this comment. What's one thing you're doing differently this week to reconnect with your wife? Subscribe if you are ready to lead with peace, presence, and purpose.